Yes, definitely. I mean, I've been at Forest since I was 8 years old. I'm now 22 years old. You know, those 14 years had such an impact on my life. Without them, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have right now. I'm currently in the USA coaching and playing, working alongside the communications team here as well. And, you know, that all came from playing for Forest at such a young age. I became so involved in football. It became such a passion for me, the drive and the determination behind the volunteers there. If I didn't have that then, I wouldn't be where I am now. You know, I'm on the other side of the world. It's a fantastic place, and without the opportunities and the help that Forest given me throughout the years, I really wouldn't be here. So it's all down to them, really, and I can't thank them enough.
Now, what do you make of this news that we've been discussing, that they could fold if further funding isn't found after such an important role, I guess, in getting you over there? It must leave you quite sad.
I mean, when I heard the news, I was absolutely devastated. My mum's the treasurer of the club. My twin sister's the reserve team coach. You know, it's sort of a family club. It's a community club. And to hear that, you know, when I return in December, it might not be there. It's horrible. I actually was speechless when I was told. I didn't know what to do, and the first thing I did was, right, what can I do from here? You know, I used the media contacts I have back in England from my previous job and thought, well, I need to get the word out and I need to help, because at the end of the day, it's not just a team. It is a community club. I mean, Forest is one of the biggest sort of women's clubs within Nottingham. It's provided so many fantastic players. One of the current England international ladies players, Sophie Bradley, she came through the Forest system. You know, we breed good players, and it's a good team. It's a good club. And to say that, you know, when I come back home, it might not be there, I don't know what I'd do, to be honest.
Is it unthinkable that the club could go out of business from your kind of mindset at the minute? Is it one of those things that it just can't happen?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm thousands of miles away, and the thing that I can do is sort of drive media attention and try and get some extra endorsements. You know, it is unthinkable to think that, you know, if I return in December, it might not be there. It's just not acceptable. And everyone at Forest, all the volunteers behind the club, are just putting in that extra effort to try and get us through and to try and pull in some funding. And, you know, it's happened so quickly, and we're trying to turn it around, but I don't know what's going to happen when I come home. Just hope it's still there and I can help out when I return.
You touched on it when we first started speaking to you a little bit earlier, didn't you, about how important the club were for you progressing your career. What memories do you have of your time at Nottingham Forest? There must be loads of them.
I mean, I remember the first time I put on a Forest jersey when I was 8 years old, and just playing with my twin sister and my friends. And throughout the ages of U10 to U16, my team that I played for, we didn't lose a game from, you know, through those whole years. It was fantastic. And, you know, we wore that badge with pride. We wore that badge as if we were part of the Forest team, you know, the Forest legacy. And, you know, the men separating from us, it's disheartening, really. And, you know, I've played on the Forest ground a couple of times, luckily, for cup finals and showcase games, and to sort of be pulled away from that and to say that might not ever happen, you know, it's really upsetting. And had such a fantastic time at Forest. You know, it was amazing. That the people there were great, and the team, as I say, was fantastic. Oh. So to come back and maybe it not be there, it's pretty harsh.
I was going to say, Amy, I mean, to spend 14 years somewhere, you've got to love the place to spend that amount of time somewhere, haven't you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you know, 14 years, and when I return from the US, I'll go straight back there. It's as I say before, it's a family and it's a community. You know, I wouldn't have stayed for so long if I didn't enjoy it so much. You know, the players there, the staff, the volunteers, everything. It's amazing. And you know, if it's all gone, we've got girls from 4 years old that, you know, they want to wear that jersey. They want to play for the first team. They have aspirations for that. And, you know, we've actually set up a community scheme when I was back in Nottingham, where me and my twin sister and a couple of other coaches go into sort of deprived area, and we coach girls sort of from off the street, so to speak, alongside the police, which has actually just been put forward for an award in Nottingham itself. So, you know, to come back and if that all to be gone, I don't know what would happen.
You mentioned your twin sister there, still involved with the club. Is that something that you discuss with her on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, I speak to my twin pretty much every day, and she's actually coaching for the reserves because she's coming back from ACL reconstruction. So we speak every day about how the teams are doing and how she's doing. And they're actually, the reserve team are at the top of the league at the minute. They've not lost a game, and they're doing extremely well. the first team are fourth in the league, 2 points behind top places. They're extremely good teams, We've progressed year upon year, and we've been fortunate to not get a place on the WSL. But, we got knocked down, we get back up, and then now this has happened. It's one of those things, but we seem to keep going, and we will keep going until we can get some extra support and endorsement from anyone around us.
Your colleagues in the States, so you were discussing it with them. What do they make of it all?
Yeah, I've spoke to my colleagues in the States. The company I work for is pretty big, and it may be an option to have a look at how we can maybe interlink Forest with the company I'm working for over here. But they like, what? Because over here, female soccer is it's bigger than men's, and they're like, what? They don't want to support you from a club that's done so well. They're kind of baffled by it, and obviously the progress in the women's game in England is getting better. So it kind of just feels like it's a backward step for us in the club, and we're just trying to get through it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, listen, Amy, we wish Forest all the best with it. We wish you all the luck in the world as well. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us tonight.
No worries. Thank you very much. Have a good